this is now the new normal that we are facing. So what is important of attending this virtual conference?
Good morning, guys.
Is for us to equip with the knowledge of what we shall do as we go on with our services, and what we could give to our learners on August 24 and onwards. So, with the use of the distance modular learning modalities. So, those are the only learning modalities that summer division has. No face-to-face, no online modality, but only the distance learning, the modular distance learning lang. I hope that everyone in this room will stay at the end of our session as what your member told us that we must have a pen and a notebook so that everything will be recorded. So for you to be reminded of, you are here, be sure to have a fruitful input. Ayaw pagmarayaan aton ibabatian. Ayaw pagmarayaan because we are the frontliners. We are the empowered frontliners of our children in school to serve ever and education. Remember the saying, you cannot give what you do not have. So please stay until the end of our session. When you go back to your field, ano ang ibibigay ninyo? Ano ang mga meron ibibigay ninyo sa and take of this is stated before that district where or this is the district where educators are getting to serve this COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay, guys, just sign, guys.
Waiting. Kapatalik ka niya sila Hera.
Nawara. Diyos ko. So, amo ko nag-set ako. Ano pwede i-focus na yan na? Okay? Yan, paray pa.
Waiting. Kapatalik ka niya sila Hera ba? Waiting. Kapatalik ka niya sila. Kabalay ko no, dinala ko no pagkuhan.
Hello? Bakat na? Yes, ma'am. Very good. If the student is from obligation to check the presence the doors features. Right, to continue, I will just review the aspiration district, which is as I have said, stated. This is the district or our district where there are educators who are despite COVID-19 pandemic. Though are please, it does not mean that we are failing because we do not stop. That's why we are now having our orientation on the MELC that there is so many skills that, but after all, as you can see, after our discussion, you will know that there are only very few skills to be developed for the entire year because of this COVID-19 pandemic. So, yes, our DepEd did not say na mas kita ang education of our children kasi si Rainier education must continue umatwa. So, let us do not lose hope. Instead, let us help our children because there will be no learners who will be left behind. So all of us, thank you so much. And again, good morning. So good luck to the presenters or the resource speakers of this two-day virtual conference. To all of you, my dear teachers, thank you for your presence. And as I have said, please stay until the end of our session because we still have another day for us to hear. And please, your students are there who will take down notes, who will be recording your because you will be given certificates out from this 2 days seminar. Our performance has already started, and this will serve as our what is this? Yes, the performance, our performance, your performance as teachers, because certificates are very important.
All right, again, thank you so much. And again, good morning. How many times not good morning? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Christina, for your very comprehensive and convincing statement of purpose. Ma'am Tita, the next will be the inspirational message of Sir Kabir. Ang hinaya, ma'am?
Okay, so we will just proceed with our activity today. Sir Tony will come in anytime this day or even by tomorrow because there are some other districts who are also conducting same today. They are also having their virtual conferences. Okay, so let's proceed Chris, to the next part of our gathering today.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let us now, without so much ado, let us proceed to the next part of the program, which is the orientation proper. Our first speaker is the school head of Kasandig National High School, in the person of Mr. Noel B. Ibias, and he will present the MELC in Filipino. Sir Noel, are you ready?
Chris, excuse me, ano for a while, Chris, excuse me. I would like to announce to everyone that for my administrative concerns, I had to come in maybe this afternoon. So for now, the discussions muna on the MELC. So I hope the teachers will not leave because in the afternoon I will be giving my concerns. Thank you.
Okay. Sir Noel, are you there?
Balik na, ma'am. Sir Noel, hindi mo na uda. Nagkikinawara-wara. Nagkikinawara-wara.
Maylin. Maylin, is Sir Noel may nakatinod? Or
Hello, good morning.
good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sir No.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Ma'am Chris.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
May da presentation.
Oh, may ada. May da. Nagkakawarawari ka sa auto start na?
Opo.
Ma'am, ala ko di dat. Mabali lang kita. Okay. Sa ating napakasigasig na Chief sa Curriculum and Implementation Division, Dr. Antonio F. Caballero, at sa ating pampuro na taga-Masid, Cristita C. Marabot, ating mga principals, mga head teachers, mga TICs, mga master teachers, mga guro, iba't ibang schools ng Right to District. Kapagpalang morning po sa ating lahat. So ngayong umaga, ako po ay naatasa na mag-discuss sa asignaturang Filipino both elementary and secondary. Okay.
Yes, it's presented. Ang mag-uulan na yun.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
diri kita nakakuha na kinarapag.
po ay
Lugan, dinulugan. Pero kay magulugod,
So,
makuri na lugod din ang ano.
may ito ay ang ating orientasyon sa most
Hindi ko na
essential
iwasan.
learning competitive sa Pilipino. Tapos yung lalida. Nasaan mo naman? Nakita mo, Dida? Ito dito. Correct pa. Correct pa. Correct pa. Sabi mo. Presenting na. Tapos siga-open ano. Correct pa. Adina. Virtual prototype sila. Tapos next slide. Next slide. Okay. So ngayon po ay orientasyon sa most essential learning competencies sa Pilipino. So ang ating layunin at mga batayan sa pagpili ng MELC. Pangalawa, tamang paggamit ng mga MELC sa pagtuturo, pagkatuto tungo sa mabisang pagpapadaloy ng mga aralin sa Pilipino sa batayang edukasyon. So, yung konteksto ng mga MELC. So, ang konteksto ng mga MELC, ito ay upang matugunan ang mga pangailangan sa pagtuturo o yung teaching learning process sa panahon ng krisis o emergency dulot ng mga kalamidad or ng pandemya. So ano ang mga MELC? So ang mga MELC ay mga lubhang mahalagang kaalaman, pag-unawa, kasanayan, at pagpapalaga na dapat matutunan ng mag-aaral sa panahon ng krisis, kalamidad, o pandemya upang maging produktibo at mapanagot ang mamayan sa Republic Act 1053 Section 2 or Declaration Policy. Okay. So, meron itong mga layunin ng ating MELC. So, ang layunin ng MELC, ito ituon ang pag-aaral ng Pilipino sa lubhang mahalaga sa kaalaman, pag-unawa, kasanayan, at pagpapalaga ayon sa sitwasyon. At yugto ng pagpapaunlad ng mga mag-aaral sa panahon ng krisis o kalamidad o pandemya. Okay. So dito sa unang slide, kung nakikita nyo ang aking unang slide, nakikita yung konsepto ng balangkas na may isang napapalibutan ng iba't ibang elemento. So ang mga elemento na ito, na kung saan ang pagkatuto, paglilinang ng kasanayan at kakayahan upang hubugin at malilok at ito'y makatuon lamang sa isang tao yung nasa gitna na ito ay ang ating minamahal na mga pag-aaral. Ma'am, next slide. Okay. So, Sa Pilipino, yung mga kasanayang pagkatuto sa baitang 1 hanggang 10, ito ay umaabot sa 2,378. Next slide. So, sa mga bilang na ito, kung ating titinan, yung Keto 12 Curriculum Learning Competencies, ito ay umaabot sa 2,378. At ito ay, sa panahon ngayon sa pandemic, ito ay umabot na lang ng 708, the most essential learning competency. So kung ating susumahin sa 100% na competency sa Keto 12 compare ngayon sa new normal, umabot lamang ito sa 30%. So nasa 708 lang yung most essential learning competencies na gagamitin ng ating mga guro sa darating na pasukan ngayong August 24. Okay. So, ito yung pinakita ni Dr. Ason na best sa budget of lesson. So, mamaya pa itapasit ka lang yung DOL. So, ito yung mga bahagi. Sa pagkatuto, ito naman yung nilalaman. Ito yung mga competency ng ilang hininang kasanayang aklat na ginagamit ng ating mga guro. Pinatubay yung pagsasanay. Ang mapaunang pagsasanay na ito ay madali at maaaring gabayan ang mga bata tungo sa pagkatuto ng competency. Ito rin ay lunsaran o tulay tungo sa talakayang kasanayan. So dito sa buto ng kaisipan, ito ay ang paglalarawan sa competency na nais malinang. Paglalahat ito na dapat mailagay ng mga bata sa kanilang isipan. Next na bahagi ay ang pagpapayamang pagsasanay. So ito ay pagsasanay sa pagpapalalim pa sa kaalaman ng mga bata tungkol sa aralin. Malayang pagsasanay. Sa pagsasanay na ito, mga bata ay may kalayaang iangkop ay sa konteksto ang natutuhan niya. So next na part ay malikhaing pagsasanay. Dito nakapokus ang pagsasanay na ito sa paggamit ng bata sa kanyang parte o pagtuklas ng malikhaing sarili. So dito naiugnay ng bata ang kanyang karanasan o opinion na lakbadiwa na nakapokus pa rin sa nilinang na competency. So ito yung pagbabatayan ng guro sa teaching learning process. Kung paano matututo ang bata batay sa kanyang okay. So dito kanina, sinabi ko sa Keto 12 versus sa normal education. So makikita natin sa baitang 1, nag-uumpisa ang kanilang MELC sa quarter 2. Wala sa quarter 1, yung grade 1. So sa quarter 2, doon sa curriculum guide, sa Keto 12, umaabot ito ng 23 yung mga competencies. So ngayon sa MELC, ito ay umabot lamang sa 16. Sa quarter 2 naman, 3. Tapos, pinagsama-sama yung mga most essential competency, naging 16 na lamang. Sa quarter 4, maabot ng 59. Ito ay pinagsama yung mga competency na galing sa curriculum guide. Sa MELC, ito ay umabot na lang ng 16. Sa baitang sa grade 2, so yung kanilang CG, sa Keto 12, ito ay umabot sa 284. So, sa MELC, ito ay umabot na lamang ng 37 na lang yung competency. So, napapansin natin, karamihan dito ay pinagsama, yung iba naman ay hindi na isinama ng mga competency. So, kung ating pag-isa-isahin, sa quarter 1, ito ay 70. Tapos sa milk ito mabutalan ng 7. So, maliit na lang yung mga competency sa quarter 1 sa grade 2. Sa quarter 2 naman, ito'y mabot lamang sa siyam sa MELC. Samantala nung 7-12, sa ating curriculum guide na ginagamit noon, ito ay mabot ng 71. Sa quarter 3, 69 sa CG, sa 7-12, sa MELC 11, sa quarter 4, 74. At sa ngayon sa MELC ay 10. So, sa pagpungay natin, ito ay maabot lamang sa isang panuruan na 37 lamang yung PPC na magagamit ng mga guro sa paglino ng pagkatuto ng mga bata sa panuruan ito. So, sa baitang 3, meron kang 272 na curriculum guide sa 12. At ito ay mabot na lamang sa 55. So, kung ating pag-isa-isahin, yung CG, siguro yung mga pari-parihas, yung mga competitor ay pinagsama-sama. Yung mga iba naman ay hindi na talaga related na yung iba. Kaya mabot na lang mo ng 55. So, sa quarter 1, 68. 58 na lang yung natira sa MELC na gagamitin nating mga guro. Sa quarter 2, 60. So, 13 na lang yung ating lilinangin na competencies. Sa quarter 3, 73 sa K-12 sa curriculum guide. Ngayon, sa new normal, 14 na lang. So, sa quarter 4, 71 at sa MELC is 13. So, kung ating mapapansin, malaki yung naibawas, hindi naibawas, pinagsama-sama yung mga pare-pares na competency dito na sa MELC. Sige, sa stage 2. So, dito sa stage 2, again, sa baitang 4, pang-4, baitang pang-5 at baitang pang-6. So, kung napapansin natin, 343 lahat ang Keto 12, ang CG sa Keto 12 na ating ginagamit doon. So, ngayon, ito ay umabot ang 102. So, i-split natin ito 4 quarters. Sa quarter 1, umabot ito ng 82. So, sa MELC, 81. Sa quarter 2, 88. Tatumpo na lang sa MELC. Sa quarter 3, 87. At sa quarter 4 is 86. So, ito yung mga dapat natin tandaan at linangin ng mga guro sa pagtuturo ng Pilipino sa elementarya. So, sa baitang 5, so sa CG, ang quarter 1 to 4, ito ay maabot sa 312. Samantala ngayon sa new normal, sa MELC, ay maabot sa 57. Okay. So, sa quarter 1, 73. Sa MELC, 10 na lang. So, ora-ora pa. Very malinaw yung mga competency. Sa quarter 2, 78, 14 na lang yung ating lilinangin. Sa quarter 3 naman is 81, 17 na lang. At sa quarter 4, 80. So, ito ay 60 na lang sa MELC. Okay, sa grade 6, sa K-12, ito ay maabot sa 274 sa lahat ng quarters. Sa MELC, 51 sa lahat ng quarters. So, sa quarter 1, 70 yung curriculum guide natin ginagamit. Compare ngayon sa MELC, 15 na lang yung ating gagamitin na competency. So sa quarter 2, ito ay 64. So 40 na lang. Sa quarter 3, 71 na sa CG, sa Keto 12. So ngayon sa milk ay 12 na lang. Sa quarter 4, 69. At sa milk, ito ay 10. So, again, siguro napapansin natin doon sa stage 2, sa stage 1, malaki talaga yung mga delete o pinagsama-sama ng mga competency galing sa curriculum guide. So sa punta tayo sa stage 3 na kung saan ay ang secondary sa high school. So sa baitang ito sa grade 7. So lahat ng quarters, ito ay maabot ng 169 na mga competencies sa Keto 12. So sa ngayon, sa MELC, ito ay maabot lamang na 47. So sa quarter 1, tapos na sa August 24, magtatapos sa September yung quarter 1. So, may 13 na competency ang gagamitin sa grade 7 sa Pilipino. Tapos, sa quarter 2, mayroong 10 na lang na competency ang gagamitin. Pagdating sa quarter 3, 11, 11 na competency. Ang quarter 4, 13 lang yung MELC na nilinangin at hubugin ang kalaman ng ating bawat mag-aaral sa sekundarya. Sa baitang 8, so mayroon tayong 152. Kung titingnan natin ating CG na ginagamit ngayon, meron tayong 152 na competencies na ginagamit. Ngayon sa MELC, ito ay mabot lamang ng 73. So again, ngayong quarter 1, ang gagamitin ng ating mga guro, ito ay mabot lamang ng 13 sa quarter 1. Sa quarter 2 naman ay 17. Quarter 3 ay 25. At sa quarter 4, 18. So, malaki talaga, kung i-graph natin, malaki talaga ang pinagsama-sama ng mga competencies na Keto 12 papunta sa paggamit ng MELC. Oo. So, sa ganun din sa grade, sa stage 3, sa grade 9 and 10, sa grade 9 and 10, so grade 9 and 10, kung meron na tayong paghahawakan ng mga MELC, kung dumating na yung mga modules. So, ang paghahawakan ng mga guro na nagtuturo ng Pilipino sa baitang exam, ito ay maabot lamang ng 103 yung MELC. So, sa quarter 1, 2 things lamang yung MELC na gagamitin. Sa quarter 2, 34. Sa quarter 3, 20. At sa quarter 4 ay 23. So, sa baitang 10, yung sa CG, sa Keto 12, kumaabot ang 198. Sa MELC, ay 130. Hindi gaanong madami yung mga pinagsama na mga competencies mula sa Keto 12 CG hanggang sa paggamit ng MELC. So, sa quarter 1, from 54 sa Keto 12, naging 35 na lang. Sa quarter 2, 52, 37 na gagamitin na sa MELC. Sa quarter 3, may 48 at 31 na lang yung na-retain. At quarter 4, 44 at 32. So, yon ang stage 3 sa paggamit ng MELC versus sa K-12 CBT. So, dumaan naman tayo sa high school. So, meron lamang tayo dalawang school na nag-open ng senior high, ang Lawa National at ang Katangig National High School. So, sa Lawa ng Katangig, sa mga core subjects, sa kanilang pagbabasihan sa paggawa sa paggamit ng MELC sa Filipino sa senior high school. So, meron itong core subjects, ang komunikasyon at panalitik sa wika at kulturang Pilipino, pagbasa at pagtuturing iba't ibang teksto tungo sa pag-analytic. So, ito yung mga pamantayan na paminalaman. So, dapat naunawaan ang mga konsepto, elementong kultural, kasaysayan at gamit ng wika sa lipunang Pilipino. At dapat naunawaan ng may masusing pagkasaalang-alang ang mga linguistiko at kultural na katangian at pagkakaiba-iba sa lipunang Pilipino at sitwasyon ng paggamit ng wika dito. So, ito yung pamantayan na gagamitin ng ating mga guro sa pagtuturo sa senior high school ng Pilipino. So, ito na yung pamantayan ng pagganap. So, next month. Magsunod. So, ito. So, ito yung MELC versus K-12. So, sa core subject, meron itong 33 sa K-12. So, ngayon sa MELC, ito ay 29 lamang. So, kunti lang yung pinag-isa na mga competency sa MELC. At sa pagbasa ng pagtuturing ng ibang teksto tungo sa panalitik, so meron itong 15, wala itong binago, walang pinagsama. Lahat kinuha yung competency sa K-12 sa MELC. So, sa Pilipino sa high school, mayroon itong mga core subjects and applied subjects. So, dito sa kasanayang pampakatuto, so nakasusulat ang panimulang panalitik sa pinominang kultural at panlipunan sa bansa. So, napagkasunduan na ito ay tanggalin sa kadalihanan na inalis na ang kasayang pagkatuto na ito sapagkat nabanggit na o umulit na ito ng magkatulad sa learning competency. So, kung nagkakaroon ng pari-parihas na competency, tinatanggal yung iba naman ay pinagkasama. So, yun ang mga kadahilanan kung bakit napapaiksi yung mga competency sa MELC. No. So, ito na yung applied. Sinabi ko kanina, mayroong 4 subjects at ang applied subject. So, yung mga applied, Filipino sa piling larang, Filipino sa academic, sa sports, sa swing at design at physical. So, sa Lawan at Katangig, ang ino-offer doon ay academic. Sa Lawan is textbook. Diyan meron silang ICT. So, pare-pares naman yung subjects na offer. So, di ibig sabihin, dahil nasa general academic, iba yung gagamitin, iba rin yung sa textbook ang gagamitin. So, ito na yung guide na gamitin ng ating mga guro na nagtuturo sa Pilipino sa senior high school. Sige. So, meron ding specialized subject. So, sa Sandid, yung specialized subject doon ay ang physics. So, yun ang kanilang specialized subject. Sa Lawaan, dito natanong si Ronnie kung ano yung specialized subject nila. So, dito, ang mga kasalahing pangkatuto ay sinisulat, titingnan doon sa CG, tapos kung ano yung gagamitin dito sa MELC. So, sa pagkasunduan, kung itong competency na ito ay magagamit dito sa MELC. So, ito ay sinasaayon sa pagkakasunduan, sinasaayon yung mga competency. Tapos, yung mga kadahilanan, yung dahilan kung bakit ayos, tinatanggal, pinagsasama-sama. So ito ay ginagawa mas na yung pagkatuto ng ating mga mag-aaral. So sa MELC, so natutukoy ang mga tiyak na kombinasyon ng panuluan. So parang pina-explain na dito sa may MELC. Natutukoy ang iba't ibang elemento ng mga teknik at kalimitang pampanitikan at panulaan. Sa MELC, natutukoy ang mga tiyak na anyo at kombinasyon at panuluan. So, kombinasyon, ito na yung mga elements at mga teknik na ginagamit sa pampanitikan. Okay, next. So, ito ang paalala sa ating lahat sa mga guro na binibigyang laya ang mga guro na makapili ng mga magkakasamang MELC sa bawat linggo. So, yung mga guro, dapat titingnan nila yung mga MELC sa bawat linggo kasi weekly yung pagbigay natin ng module. So, dapat titingnan at pipiliin ng mga guro yung mga magkakasamang MELC sa kanilang topic for that week. So, pangalawa, ang layunin sa pagpili ng mga MELC ay hindi upang palitan. So, take note, hindi upang palitan ang kasalukuyang curriculum guide, kundi upang magabayan lamang ang ating mga guro sa pagtukoy ng mga kompetensing mas kinakailangan ng mga mag-aaral sa taong panuruang 2020-21. Okay, so ulitin ko, hindi natin pinapalitan yung curriculum guide. Ay, hindi yan sa salita. Okay, so ulitin ko, hindi natin pinapalitan yung curriculum guide. Kundi, binibigyan lamang ang mga guro ng mga gabay, umagabayan ang mga guro pagtukoy ng mga kinakailangang competencies na kinakailangan ngayong year, ngayong taong lang ito sa 2020-2021 na I hope wala ng pandemic next year para bumalik na tayo sa curriculum guide. So hindi natin pinapalitan. So hinikayat pa rin natin ang mga guro na sumangguni sa curriculum guide ng Pilipino. Kasi doon naman ang ating naging basihan kung bakit mayroong tayong ginagamit na competency dito sa MELC. Okay, next. Okay, so next, maaari pang paunlarin ang MELC at magkaroon ng pagsasakonsepto nito ayon sa pangailangan ng inyong mga guro. At higit sa lahat, ayon sa pangailangan ng inyong mag-aaral. Kasi, sinabi ni Ma'am kanina, walang face-to-face na mangyayari ngayong panuruan na ito. So, dapat ang ating mga guro, kailangan paunlarin yung paggamit ng MELC Kasi module lang ang gagamitin ngayong taon na ito. Wala nang ibang mode na gagamitin sa pagtuturo kundi modular distance learning lamang. So, again, sa ating mga guro, kayo ay mayroong laya, nakaunlarin yung MELC para mas lalo matuto ang ating mga mag-aaral. So, yan lang po at maraming salamat at magandang umaga sa ating lahat.
Okay, thank you, Sir Noel.
Wow, congratulations. Ganda ng presentation ni Noel. Very good, Noel.
Buburo-baluhin lang kami dito.
Sige.
Okay, so shall we proceed to the next speaker? Our next speaker is the principal of the DepEd West, Ma'am
Palakpakan, Sir Noel. Congratulations.
Ma'am Chris, ano pag-exitin na sir?
Ha?
Ano pag-exitin na sir? Anay?
Ang taga-discuss.
Piglitala ito nga presenting, stop presenting, or stop sharing.
Presentasyon na lang.
Na? Thank you, Sir Noel, for that very comprehensive discussion on MELC Filipino. So, lahat naman siguro tayo nakasunod sa kanyang discussion. So, let's now proceed to the next speaker. She will start.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sir Noel.
Ito maupay nga.
Okay, Ma'am, I think you'll present English,
Okay.
and kindergarten.
Sige. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Ay, ha? Ada na? Oh. Ada na? Oras pa?
Hello. Hello, excuse me. Excuse me, everyone. Hello. So please, we need talaga the teachers to listen very well. Kasi very important so that all of us, all of you must know as to the MELCs that are to be developed, to be delivered for the entire year that we have. So, kung hindi ninyo alam, kung yung iba wala dito, ano kaya ang inyong ituturo? Baka sumunod pa tayo sa CC. Ha? Okay. Sige. Thank you so much. Congratulations again, Noel.
Okay. Do you have my, Okay. Good morning, Ma'am Tita. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, my task is to have the orientation on kindergarten education, mother tongue-based multilingual education, and the English program. So, the presentation is adapted from Dr. The objectives are, number 1, concretize possible solutions and recommendations to ascertain continuous learning amidst the health crisis. Number 2 is to discuss new DepEd policies in relation to kindergarten education in TB-MLE and English language instruction. The third, present the MELC, so the most essential learning competencies for mother tongue-based multilingual education in kindergarten, and followed by the English subject. Share some initiative in response to the pandemic and fresh up issues and concerns related to the implementation of the program. So let me show you this sample the topic. So amoy ni naton nga na i-discuss na aga. So we will start with the kindergarten, followed by the MTB, and last one is English. Okay, for the ECD administration, for the kinder teacher. So you all know already that in kinder, we use the block subtime. It's not the same with the time of class program of the grade. Maluyat talaga. Maluyat talaga ito ni Rodriguez.
Nati kaiban lahat na ko ang present.
Welcome back. Kakawara-wara po takong signal. So where is Mylene now? Maluya dito ito ni area. Maluya.
Ada ito. Waray sound, waray sound.
Din po ako nag-end na akong discussion. Nawara kasi na akong signal.
Hablak, hablak.
Where did I end up my discussion po? Black subtime. Okay. Sige. Balik kita. Ginaw-yaw na ko. Aray na ngayon nakukuhan.
Aduh.
Okay.
Maluya talaga.
So, ada na screen.
Okay na, okay na.
Okay. So, first, here. So, I ended up in the black subtime. Ano? Black subtime.
Okay, okay. Copy.
Okay. So, I was talking about the age qualification of the kinder learners in both public and private school. So, we will be conducting kinder teachers in CD before the start of classes. Ano? And what's the age requirement? So may age requirement po tayo. Since nag-start po tayo ng August, mag-start po tayo ng August, our first classes will be on August 24. So the children or the learners that you're going to accept are 5 years old in August 1 up to August 31. So diri kita matugtog la August 31. Klaro po? Hello, clear po, clear?
Claro, claro.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. August 30, okay, October 31 po, pwede karauto ng bata. So example, ang bata is not 5 years old,
September hiya mga 5 years old. Kakarautong taba or diri?
August.
Kakarautong taba ang bata?
Dere na.
September. Kakarauton, sir, because we have that extension up to October 31.
Oh.
Okay? Opo, oo. So, pwede, ang bata, kung nag 5 years old, October 29, karawat-liwat ito.
Karawat nga da
So,
31.
anyway, we will be asking the PSA naman, di ba? Pag nagpapanol ang bata, itaon ta ang PSA, kung itong nga bata pwede niya. Up to October 31. Ang cut-off. Opo. Okay, on the ECD administration, the Early Child Development Administration. So kinder teachers are very aware of this, that they have the checklist for this. Now, since an aton ECD is on the naka-English language pa ito, we have to contextualize the ECD checklist. Why? So the schools to continue to use the ECD assessment checklist for learners with early learning or daycare child development centers, private or preschools. ECD checklist results, if available, must be provided. For learners without the prior learning, orientation to parents on the core development milestone should be done by the kindergarten teacher. Now, before conducting the ECD, please remember, no face-to-face. No face-to-face on the conduct of the ECD administration. So, hino man ang magkakandak ini. Okay.
Inanay.
So,
Gananay.
yeah, everything will be done at home. Inanay po ang magkakandak. So, paano ikakandak ni nanay kung hindi niya alam? That is why we need to contextualize the ECD. Now, I have requested Sir Muling, because Sir Muling is under my
may da kami ito waray-waray. Tutubigan.
Naghimo talaga iya, sir. Yan na. Naghimo talaga iya. Nag-contextualize iya. So, maybe we can share what Sir Muling have done. After checking, after I will be validating the contextualized ECD, we will share it to everyone para di na kamo ora-ora pag kinag-contextualize. But then, if there are things, if there are areas that you really need to change, please do so. Libre po kayong mag-edit niyan. Ha? Ayaw la i-critic. Just change kung adaptable or adaptable ha iyo area. Okay? And then, before conducting the ECD, train parents or guardian or adult assigned by the learner's parent. Example, ang parent, di ko diya maaram. Di ko kita maka-skip na may ada ko diya maaram. Pwede kung hino ang gustuhan nanay nga siya makandak, amo an imo i-train. Okay? Diri kita pwede sumiring nga, mami, mananay, aadin na ECD checklist. Alayon na lang ako pagbasa, alayon na lang ako pagkandak. Ayaw. You need to train or orient the parents or the guardians who will be conducting the ECD. Is that clear po? Okay, then there are videos also in Waray and Waray-Waray na i-deploy ito ni Sir Rostom Johnson as the kinder coordinator of our division, but for now, wala pa pong i-deploy kasi gintitirok pa hiya. Pero there are videos made by our kinder teachers para sample kung ginano pagkandakhan ECD. Okay? So we will proceed. So blended learning, for now, in the division office, ang mandate sa aton is to have the modular distance learning. Really, no face-to-face. So sabi pa nga ni Sir Noel kanina that the modules will be given weekly. So Monday ibibigay, Friday ang retrieval. Okay, then activity sheets are required for each kinder teachers nga iyo hihimuon, not the module, but the activity sheets or worksheets for your learners. Now, may mga parts man kita block of time. So, in each blocks of time, in each part, meron kayong ipapagawa sa mga bata and that will comprise your modules or your activity sheets for the week. And then, ayan, yung blocks of time. So, your parents also, yung mga parents ng mga bata should be oriented also with the time. Kasi diri pwede nga, diri liwat nira trabahoon in a specific time. Okay? So, ada di daan time, may arrival, 10 minutes, meeting time 10 minutes, work period 45, and please do emphasize that parents are their guidance is really very necessary. Okay? Then we have available resources in the Google Apps. Kaalam, pwede niyo ini-download. May kita kaaram for waray. Pwede niyo to-download and that will help a lot para bata. And Paco Elementary School, may ada na inihira downloaded because they are recipients of the school in a bag program. Okay, the kindergarten education, most essential learning competencies. The kindergarten MELCs ensure that all 5-year-old Filipino learners achieve the content and performance standards expected of them in various learning domains. So we have here the developmental domains. We have the socio-emotional development or pagpapaunlad ng socio-emotional at kakayahang makipamuhay. The values development, kagandahang asal, physical health and motor development, kalusugang pisikal at pagpapaunlad sa kakayahang of physical and natural environment, and language, literacy, and communication. For the circular theme, so nandito, spiral progression pa din siya. The topic will start sa myself. Diri pwede lumukso dahil nga tuhan, community. So myself muna. The competencies, in the early part of the competencies, it will talk about myself. So, ditado kung line pa ako. And then, my family. Hello, ada pa ako?
Ada pa.
Myself, my family, my school, my community, and the last part of the competencies will talk about more things around me. Okay, the MELCs, due to COVID-19 pandemic, have been shortened. An aton academic year po no shortened hiya. And there are different delivery models depende ha aton area. So in other regions, ibaliwat ang tira. Haaton din haaton is modular distance learning. Then, which LCs were considered enduring? If the learning competencies is useful in lifelong learning. So, pinananggal ang bagadiri ko essential, pinanbilin very useful for the lifelong learning. Then, which LCs were considered enduring? Those that work in close association with other competencies in other subjects. So, diri hiya, gintirim po, ang baga, na-relate o related ha ibaliwat ng mga subjects. So, parang nagkamay-ada inihit integration. And then, in the current curriculum guide, in the current kindergarten learning competencies, there were 241 created competencies. But in MELCs, naging 66 na lang siya. Nadakon na iban, 66 na lang. So, ang CG nga competencies, ayaw na kamo ani paglabot ito. Focus kamo ha, most essential learning competencies. Again, kaya ang iba na refer pa ha CG, ayaw na nga to CG. Refer to the MELCs. These are the competencies that we are going to take for school year 2020-2021. And then number of LCs, MELCs per quarter. So in kindergarten, quarter 1, 17. For mother tongue, we have 38. Mother tongue, grade 2, 22. And mother tongue, grade 3, 12. For quarter 2, for the kindergarten, we have 19. For grade 1 mother tongue, we have 10. For grade 2 mother tongue, we have 7. And for grade 3 mother tongue, we have 10. For quarter 3, we have 12 competencies for kinder. We have 18 competencies for grade 1. We have 5 for grade 2. And we have 7 for grade 3. Ma'am, 5 man lang ang competency. Kaya in a quarter, there are 10 weeks. Ano man ito namon? What's the answer? So you do the subtasking. May subtasking po behind that competencies. Meron pa po kayong topic na pwedeng i-discuss dyan. Okay? And then for quarter 4, we have 22 learning competencies for kindergarten, 5 for grade 1 under mother tongue, 4 for grade 2, and 4 for grade 3. A total of 70 learning competencies for kinder, for grade 1 mother tongue, 71, for grade 2 mother tongue, 38, and for grade 3 mother tongue, we have 33. Kaunti na lang talaga siya. Okay, for the kindergarten in ELCs. So quarter 1, content standards we have here. Ang bata ay nagkakaroon ng pag-unawa sa sariling ugali at damdamin. The performance standards, these content standards and performance standards were taken from the CG. Ang bata ay nakapagpapamalas na kakayang kontrolin ang sariling damdamin at pag-uugali, gumawa ng desisyon at magtagumpay sa kanyang mga gawain. So what is now the most essential competency for this? So under socio-emotional development, under siya sa socio-emotional development, pagpapaunlad ng socio-emotional at kayang makipamuhay. So ano yung mga competencies na napapabilang dito? So we have nakikilala ang sarili, pangalan at apelyido, kasarian, gulang, kapanganakan, 1.4, yung gusto at di gusto, use the proper expression in introducing oneself like I am, my name is, my Lahat ng competency na ito ay i-discuss po within the week. I-discuss, nakapaloob po sa mga modules ng mga bata or sa mga activity sheets na inyong ipapamigay. I suggest na sa mga activity sheets, dapat po ay magkaroon tayo ng sambata. Dapat may short discussion dito sa yung activity sheets. Give examples na pareho din dahil imo mga exercises so that diri Korean ang bata and the parents who will guide them at home. Okay? And then, so, quarter 1, week 1 also, ayan, andyan na. So, yung sub-competencies, andyan din. Use the proper expression in introducing oneself. Then, naipapakita ang tiwala sa sarili, tutunan ng sarili pangailangan ng mag-isa. Now, paano man i-measure hinin mata? So, ang nanay, pwede niya iyatagan ng task ang bata. Tiningan, magbukas ng kamay, kumain, magbihis, nahiyala, naglulugarin. Paano ibabaruan ng teacher na talaga good na ibaruan niyan bata? So, here comes the teacher who will do the monitoring. The teacher ay hindi palaging nasa bahay. Pupunta din po siya sa community to monitor his or her learners para makita naman niya kung talaga good na naibabaro ang bata. Okay? And then, nakakagalaw, nakakasabay o nakasasabay, nakahindak at nakasasayaw sa himig na napapakinggan. And then, recognize and identify numerals 0 to 10. And then, under physical health, may sasagawa mga sumusunod na kilos, locomotor sa pagtugon, sa ritmo, lakad, pagtakbo, pagkadirit, pagbundag, pagtalon at paglukso. So, pag-review na lang yung kabataan kay adat, pero hindi nila alam yung pala ay pagkadirit, yung pala ay pagbundag. And then, in quarter 2, week 2, Ang bata ay nagkakaroon ng pangunawa sa konsepto ng pamilya, paaralan at komunidad bilang kasapi nito under content standards. And then yung performance standards na dapat matutunan ng bata ay ang bata ay nakapagpapamalas ng pagmamalaki at kasiyang makapagkwento ng sariling karanasan bilang kabahagi ng pamilya, paaralan at komunidad. So what are the most essential learning competencies under Quarter 2, Week 2? So we have natutukoy kung sino-sino ang bumubuo sa pamilya. Then may mga sub-competencies. Yun ang sinasabi ko po kanina na kapag maliit lang po ang bilang ng mga competency nasa MELC, ito po ay dadagdagan natin sa subtask po natin. Ilalagay po yung mga sub-competencies na napapabilang sa mga major competencies na nakalagay po sa MELC. Okay, so tapos na po tayo sa kindergarten. May mga tanong po ba? Questions? Klaro po ba para sa kindergarten? Okay, so
Clear,
later
clear,
on, we will have
copy,
the
copy.
open forum. So, okay, I will proceed po sa mother tongue. Okay? So sa mother tongue naman po, this is good for grades 1, 2, and 3. So the number of competencies for each grade level are the following. For grade 1, so previously in the curriculum guide, we have 768 learning competencies. But this time, in the MELCs, we only have 71. Okay? So hindi na siya congested kasi 71 na lang po siya. For grade 2, we have usually 602 and it was fused into 38. Pero hindi naman nawala yung competencies. Ginfused na talaga niya. Kaya iba nagpupuro pariho man, so ginurusaan baga related ang kada isa. And then, for grade 3, we have 368 in the curriculum guide, but this time, we only have 26 learning competencies. So all in all, out of 1,738 other learning competencies in the curriculum guide, naging 135 na lang po siya. Maliit na lang, konti na lang siya. Okay, so for the grade level standards, so yung mga grade level standards are seen on the CG. Taken pa rin po ito sa CG. So I think I would refer you to your CGs for this grade level standards. Alam naman ninyo po yan. And then, sa grade 2 at saka sa grade 3. Dapat pa rin isipin natin that we have to acquire these standards. Bisan kung modular kita, dapat natin mga skills nga ato, nga ato ibubuta nga ato mga activity sheets and modules, dapat na ito pa rin ay makukuha pa rin natin yung result according to the grade level standards. And then there is the ongoing conversion of Waray Primer into ebook and RBI format. So I hope mayroon din po kayong copy ng mga Waray na talaga kanan orthography ang Waray naton. Kaya iba-iba mat aton mga winaray. And then, so this time I would like to ask everyone who have questions before I will proceed to the English subject. Do you have questions, kinder teachers? Any questions? Please do ask for my clarifications or something that I really need to repeat. So, as a help, I would like to share our contextualized ACD made by Sir Muling. Pero titingnan ko po muna kasi natapos pa lang po ni Sir Muling.
Okay, Mylene,
Okay.
excuse me. Hello,
Yes,
Mylene. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
So, kanina, as to the requirements for the kindergarten pupils, that we are to need the PSA. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
What
Yes,
if the parents couldn't secure the PSA?
Okay.
Is the live birth or the certificate of live birth be considered?
Okay, supposed to be, ma'am, PSA na dapat tayo kasi siya ito nga talaga registered. But then, we cannot really force these parents to get that labiya na mga time na they really need to go to Katbalogan or some areas na makakakuha hira. So for the meantime, maybe ma'am, with your permission, we can use the live birth para ma-register ang bata makita natin kung school siya. Will it be okay, ma'am?
All right. For that matter, we are to ask our TPS Sir Rostom for that matter. All right. Another
Yes, ma'am.
question that I would like to air to you is that there are some parents who really are, what is this, considered to be, naman. Maybe
Yes,
they do
ma'am.
not know how to read, di ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Since that they will be the one who will be conducting the ECD checklist or
Yes,
test
ma'am.
to the parents.
Yes, ma'am.
You said that there will be a training.
Yes,
When
ma'am.
will it be?
So the training will be before the start of the class, ma'am. Bali, the kinder teachers
Okay.
will be the one to orient these parents or the guardians who will be helping these parents to conduct the ECD. Maaro kita
Okay. So
mapabuti
that's
kita
very
ma'am ang
clear.
parents. Oo. Yes, ma'am.
So I think for the kinder teachers, that's very clear to you, so that when you go to your respective schools, you know already as to what you will do. Okay. So another that I would like to stress out is that there are some LCs that are not only very few. For example, there are 5 LCs na lang. Di ba sinabi,
Yes, ma'am.
sinabi ni Ma'am Eileen ninyo, ano ang gagawin ninyo kasi there are only 5 LCs. You are going to subtask that LC. In other words, you are going to unpack
Yes.
or you are going to unpack the LC so that it would become easier, or you will simplify the LC so that it would be easier for the children to understand. Diba? Light lang yung gagawin nila na task. Okay? So that's it for my part as to the clarifications that I would like to air for our teachers. Thank you so much, Mylene.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so no more questions? Especially those kinder teachers. Yung cut-off po ng age natin is October 31 since we are going to start our classes on August 24. Okay? Sige. So we will now proceed to the English subject. Nakikita po ba yung slide?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll have the orientation on the most essential learning competencies for English. Hindi English supervisor sa inadapt lang kasi po ito. Okay. So, like what I have said, shortened academic calendar, different delivery models for each regions, and identification of MELCs. And again, in-emphasize din po ito ni Sir Viero that in our division, we will only have the modular distance learning. Really strictly, no face-to-face. Okay? Okay, and then prior to the pandemic, the BCD started working on the identification of essential learning competencies. Who choose the learning competencies? It's in the national. Tapos gin-download na yung hadya ato na amo na iniyan mga essential learning competencies. It was not only decided by one person, but it's a collaborative decision that they came up with these essential learning competencies. For the past 18 months as part of the initiative in reviewing the intended curriculum, where bureau specialists, academic experts, and implementers worked collaboratively employing consensus judgment approach. Okay. So, ELCs, or the essential learning competencies, were determined based on the US developed competency validation rubric intended to assure competencies can reach the highest level of quality and comparatively comparability across schools, with adaptations being made to improve relevance by accounting the Philippine context. What is an ELC? The essential learning competencies is aligned with national, state, or local standards or frameworks. It connects the content to higher concepts across content areas. It is applicable to real-life situations. It is more important than other LCs or learning competencies. Kaya nga pinili po na most essential kasi yun ang gamit para sa lifelong learning. It is not expected to be learned from parents and communities. Okay, ayan. So let's have a comparison of the CG and the MELCs. Okay, yung CG for grade 1, English, 56 previously. This time, 12 na lang po. For grade 2, it has, in the previous curriculum guide, we have 234. While in MELCs, we only have 34. 200 yung nawala. So in grade 3, we have 275 down to have only 46 competencies. For grade 4, we have 307 and naging 28 na lang po. So for grade 5, we have 432 down to 15 most essential learning competencies. Again, 10 lang po siya, but we really need to unpack. That's the word, unpack the competencies. Then for grade 7, out of 356, 29 na lang po ang natira. For grade 8, 389, we have 22 essential learning competencies left. For grade 9, we also have 370, naging 10 na lang po siya. And then for grade 10, we have 313 na naging 23 learning competencies na lang po. So, counting na lang. But behind those competencies, there are still subtasks to be tackled also. Okay? And then, in order to ensure that the grade level standards are maintained, the endurance criterion was used as the sole determiner for the most essential learning competencies, which requires that a learning competency be useful in lifelong learning. Wala naman talagang ibang intention si MELC, kundi i-provide yung mga competencies which are of great help towards lifelong learning. And then, which learning competencies were considered enduring? Those that work in close association with other competencies in other subjects, maintaining the curricular quality of integration. Okay? And then, those that do not recur or recurrence is limited per key stage while observing spiral progression. Kasi if you have read or you will able to browse the learning, the curriculum guide, and yung curriculum guide natin, kung nakita po ninyo lahat yan, those competencies were repeated, you were repeated already, di ba? May ada quarter 1, week 1, ada, tapos mabalik na lot week 3, mabalik na lot week 4. Actually, babalik-balik ang competencies. But, this time, ginfuse na hiya para maging buti na laya, but still following from the least difficult. Okay? Right, for another is, this does not mean that the teacher is prohibited from teaching a learning competency more than once. Hindi naman talaga. Following the principle of curriculum flexibility and differentiated instruction, he or she is strongly advised to put focus and therefore fit a learning competency should circumstances require. Pwede lang nating i-repeat kung kinakailangan. Again, wag mag-repeat kung hindi naman repeated doon sa MELCs. Ayaw na pag pinandugan kunwari dito, MELCs, labot la. Kung the competency that you are going to add is a part of the major competencies found in your MELC. Sana clear po tayo. Okay? And then, let's proceed. Which LCs were considered enduring? Another is those LCs of the same nature can be clustered together. Ayan, pinag-isa na lang po sila. Okay? Ayan, let's have example. For week 1, grade 4 English, quarter 1, week 1. Note details in a literacy text, listen to. Meron din another domain dito na same week sila, note significant details in a literary text. Pwede naman natin silang i-cluster kaya pareho man listen. Ayan, no? Note, pareho hera, noting details, noting significant details, pareho man laya. So, ginfuse na hiya. Okay? Then, this also again, found in quarter 2, in week 2, week 3, the same quarter, pero ayan, repeated siya, repeated. Note details in selection listen to, note details by asking answer. The same yan, nagno-note ng significant details. So, hindi na siya pinaghiwa-hiwalay, kundi cluster na po siya. Isa na lang. Kaya giniinuro-utro man nila. Okay? So yun po yung sinasabi natin na clustering po tayo ng objectives in the MELC. Okay, clustered competencies require unpacking and subtasking. Ayan ha, hindi lang po yung major competencies na nandoon sa MELC ang ating i-discuss o bibigyan ng mga activities. But there are competencies that you really need to unpack and subtask. Now, may I announce that good for grade 5 teachers because you will be provided with the modules for grade 5. Complete na po siya. So all you have to do is to print all of these modules and please do have a note kung may corrections po doon o may mga areas na dapat baguhin, please take it down o take it, you note it and give the note to your school head and the school head will give it to Ma'am Tita for consolidation para i-report din ni Ma'am Tita sa division office. And that's open for, the modules are open for corrections. Kung hindi naman siya, hindi naman siya applicable sa inyong area, you can do contextualization. Kung mahirap yung mga activities para sa inyong mga bata, then make it simple. As long as na hindi po kayo lalabas to the competencies. Okay? Here. So example, use a variety of informative, persuasive, and argumentative writing techniques. So higher grade na po ito. This would entail a number of other competencies in order for it to be achieved, like taking a stand, gathering information from various sources, and citing sources of information. Again, the modules are not for critiquing nga iyo pag i-back under your correction. Ha? Paki-note lang po. Ayaw pag inawaya, ayaw pag inukraya ang naghimo hiton. Ha? Please. And then, how are the MELCs organized? Ayan. So, as you can see, ginorganize yung mga MELCs natin, pinananggal ang diri angay. Like, listen. Kaya ano nga makakag-listen? Hino man dito man magyayakan. So, ang bata, ano man niya pa learning competencies, parang gin-remove laan na hiya. Kaya parang diri hiya essential in our setting nowadays. Okay? So, the MELCs were arranged in a list based on cognitive demand, which makes way for better curriculum flexibility as teachers are able to freely integrate learning competencies without restrictions of horizontal. Yan, open naman po kayong combine ng mga learning competencies as long as hindi kayo lalabas sa major competency at related po siya. Okay? So example here, for English grade 6, quarter 1. We have identify real or make-believe fact. First activities guide po, may mga po, huwag mo ilis activities na diretsyon niyo paan nya kabat nga weeds whole okay okay. Then, the schedule and time allotment of learning competencies in quarters are suggestive in nature. The duration of an LC is relative. What is required is that the list of competencies be achieved the specified grade level. So may daman kita classroom program na mga teachers may pinanino na classroom program, and in our memorandum may mga time allotment na po tayong inilagay doon. So, refer na lang po kayo sa DepEd memo, ha? How were the MELCs organized? Described in such detail, the process of determining the MELCs required that some of these standards be forgone. So, ang iba, tanggalon laan ay kay bagan hataas pa ni standard dit aton yan na setting. So, gintanggal anay yan. Ginvaluean han standard nga para haaton din niya aton Philippine culture. Okay? And walkthrough. Let's have a walkthrough of the MELCs for key stage 1, and that is grades 1 to 3. Yan. Okay, so the grade level standards are, for grade 1, the learner listens for comprehension, speaks clearly, and uses appropriate expressions in talking about oneself, family, and other social context interactions. So habalay, ang bata, payayak nun niya ako ni Tuhan, mama, masering, o sige daw, imo name, introduce daw ni mo name, using the language. Kaya nanay ko, di ko nung maarang. Again, call a friend tayo. Call a friend. I-emphasize ito, parents, nga diri mabaraka, nga diri maarang. Call a friend. Okay? Kung diri talaga, waray talaga makukuhaan, call a friend na, waray matatawagan, you ask the teacher mismo. Pwede man magpabuli. Pero diri nga, pero minalaluwat na teacher, kaya mag-face to face na daw ito. Okay? And again, teachers will do the monitoring. Please do the monitoring. Okay? Kayo ay lalabas sa room, pupunta sa community to monitor your learners. Okay? And then, so let's have LC from K to 12 English, CG. Gin-merge, ito nga may nagpaka-box. Gin-siya, nahimo na lahiya nga read phrases, short sentences, and short stories consisting of words with short E, A, I, O, and U. The E, A, E, O, U. Then answer the who, what, and where questions about them. So, imbis nga dadamo, hiya di dadamo nga competency CG, naging usa na lahiya ha? MELC. Pero as you notice, ito hiya nga mga pinanbox, dapat ibaruan ito hit bata. Okay? And then, we also have here another. Okay. Kay ano nga di nga competency CG, waray nag-api. Use common expressions and polite greetings. Kay ano waray nag-api. During the curriculum review in 2019, this is one of the LCs tagged as desirable and was therefore no longer retained as a waray na kay maaram matira. Kumbaga, na-practice na ito niya na good aga, matulog, good morning, good afternoon. Yan. Okay? So another, yung mga CG, yung mga learn, review, reading, and writing short E, A, I, O, U, words in civic pattern. This is an example of an LC from the CG that is retained to ensure a smooth flow of transition from reading to writing. Thus, a review of the short sounds is necessary. This will also be helpful in case not all the short sounds were covered in the previous grade level. Ayan, gin-retain niya. Kaya no gin-retain? Because of this justification. Okay. Walk through key stage 2, grades 4 to 6. Yan. Okay, so the grade level standards, ito na. For grade 4, the learner listens critically to various text types and expresses ideas correctly. Inuman ito, listens manuda. Oral and written forms, demonstrates confidence in the use of the language to meet everyday needs, and reads independently and gets relevant information from various text types. So, imbis na mag-listen, nahihimot niya nga text na lang. Okay, may naka dito mga selections na ipapa-identify mo yung nga bata. Okay, so for grade 5, andyan din po, including news reports, other radio broadcasts. So, mga samples na lang ilalagay ninyo po. Okay, let's proceed to the next. Ayan. So, for English grade 4, week 1. Tingnan nyo po, week 1, 2, 3, 4, under vocabulary development, papriyohiya, until up to week 5. Papriyotiya, use context clues, synonyms, antonyms, to find meaning and familiar. Yan. Ging cluster na hiya. Use context clues to find meanings of unfamiliar words. Pero hanuna natin nga si Jig, inuruot pro iti yan, inuruot. This time, usa na lang po hiya. Okay? And then, so we have example here, a competency in the CG, nga gin, waray na hiya. Kaya ano hiya nga waray na? Show willingness and enthusiasm in reading or listening to a literary text. The justification is all learning competencies under the attitude domain were deleted as this may be subsumed in another learning area like in ESP. Ato naman niya ESP, so pinananggal na ito yung mga attitude dida. Then, may gin-retain, liwat, write or compose an editorial. Kaya ano nga din-retain? The identified learning competency was considered as mere and therefore retained because it satisfied the endurance criterion, which states that a learning competency should play a role in lifelong learning. In particular, given the cognitive demand of the learning competency, unpacking it would necessitate a number of other essential learning competencies like making a stand, developing arguments, supporting claims with evidence. So, pwede man iniyag, igpasulat nimo kung baga may topic ka nga gahatag, tapos you will ask a reaction from the learner. And kailangan luwat ito niya ka lifelong learning and how to support these arguments. Okay? For key stage 3, for high school, we have grade 7 to 10. Okay? Ayan po yung grade level standards. Right? Okay? The learner demonstrates communicative competence through his or her understanding of Filipino culture and other texts